What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the GoodeBaker podcast. I'm Nick Baker, and across from me, Shane Good.
Yes, welcome back.
And we are here to talk to you about some video games. The first thing, as always, make sure you check us out on our Apple Music, Spotify, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel and like and share the hell out of that because that's the best way to help us grow. But on to what we've been playing this week. What's up?
So, I feel like, oh man, deja vu. Anyways,
Yeah, it's weird, right? I thought the same thing.
right? So I've been playing League of Legends. There's not too much
Also
to
deja
say.
vu.
Yeah, also deja vu. But last week and the week before that. Now I haven't really had a bunch of time to play video games, so I basically am just I kind of jump on League of Legends here and there and
What
get
did
one
you,
game in. Wow.
fill the people in on what you're actually up to in your free time? Because I think that's pretty interesting.
Fixing cars is mostly. I'm building a drift car currently,
Hell yeah.
and that is a thing. And actually, that drift car has a ton of issues out of nowheres. Well, it has one big issue out of nowhere, so I have to find out how to fix. But that's
So what you're telling
yeah.
me is you wanted Need for Speed so bad you went out into your garage and started fiddling with your car.
I wanted Need for Speed so bad that I was willing to pay $300 for Need for Speed, and also learn how to drive.
I would say that is in fact a Need for Speed.
That you know
All
what?
right.
Damn, Nick. What have you been playing, man?
So I put the fork in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, finished that off. There's a bunch of shit to do in that, as
Mm-hmm.
I've said before. That I think that game is just vast and unending for a good reason because they kind of skipped a 2 year portion, 2 or 3 year portion in between to now have Valhalla coming out this year. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I've been chipping away at Streets of Rage. I haven't finished a complete playthrough of that, but that game is stunning and awesome. The art style that they came up with for the evolution of that series is really, really interesting. It kind of blends new and old, where there's some, you know, 8 or 16 bit looking text, but then all the sprites are really nicely hand drawn and
Mm-hmm.
animated, and it really brings a life to the game. But it's so much fun. It's such a classic beat 'em up style that you're going from screen to screen, just beating up some random varieties of enemies, and it's a ton of fun to play co-op. And I've been playing that with Shay, so that's been a good gaming experience for both of us.
Now, if I remember correctly, you could hit each other in the old one, right?
Yep, and you can still hit each other. You don't do nearly as much damage. And the one of the new mechanics that they have in this one is whenever you use your special move
Mm-hmm.
or take an attack from a friendly or whatever, the health that's subtracted is this green bar, and you can eventually hit enemies with a combo. And as long as that combo stays going, you gain health back of that green bar variety.
What? That's so cheap. I remember when I was a kid, and me and my buddy DJ played. I literally thought I was just gonna fucking strangle this damn kid because of how many times I fucking died because he was being a dink.
Oh man, yeah, and you could like grapple each other and throw each
Mm-hmm.
other on accident, and you'd be like trying to fight the same boss and doing more damage to each other.
It
So
it was so much fun though because you could also just like somebody was just about to die and then you could pick them up and throw them at the boss.
I think that was one of the things that I really liked about Castle Crashers, which is kind of in the same vein as this one, where
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while you would just fight each other, and that's exactly what you wanted to do the whole time because you got tired of hitting each other throughout the whole match. It's like, oh my
Yep.
god, fuck this guy. But other than that, I jumped back into Days Gone, and that
Nice.
was something.
And that was good something or bad something?
It was all right, and I feel like that's kind of the glaze on that game is just all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I could
But
see that.
anyway, on to bigger and better news because the big topics of the week are big, man, and we have a lot to talk about. But breaking news that just came out this morning is Vicarious Visions, the team that remade Crash Bandicoot, whatever the furriest edition they just came out with like a year ago. They are remaking Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, completely remastered, remade from the
So
ground up
excited,
in
man.
4K, which the trailer looks dope. All the old locations that they show look amazing, and I can't wait to get my hands on this. And what it said it was out on September 4th.
September 4th, yes.
That's fucking unbelievable, man. The turnaround on that, especially. I love when they announce a game and it's out in a few months rather than like having to wait for years and years. Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, did they even announce Kingdom Hearts before Kingdom Hearts was like, we're never
Well,
making Kingdom Hearts?
yeah, I mean, there were always inklings, and then they announced it at I think like 2014 or 2015 E3, and then it still had another like 3 or 4 years in the oven. So it's like
Yeah,
a 12 or 13-year journey on that game. It was crazy.
needless to say, it came out eventually.
Mm.
But yeah, this I'm pretty excited. Obviously, I'm always talking about the skate games and all that. I really enjoyed when I was a kid. I played a ton of Tony Hawk, so it was
I always loved playing these games specifically as like couch games where you pass off the controller, or each person has like one controller, and you just play skate, or you try to
hmm
get the highest score in free play. It's just one of those games you can throw on at a party, and anybody can jump in and play for a little bit and have a good time, even if they're not like stellar at it.
yeah, exactly. And I always loved like this just ridiculous combos that you could do that are just completely unrealistic. But
Oh
like
yeah,
those combos have spawned people actually trying and some people being able to do it.
yeah.
So,
Some of those like mile long grinds around the map that you could just consistently grind and get a top score.
yeah, literally mile long grinds.
Yeah, man, oh man. But that's not the only hot topic of this week, because the two before that, um, Last of Us and the Xbox showcase. We'll talk about which one do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the Last of Us trailer or get into some of these Xbox games?
I think let's do The Last of Us first because I think there's
You're
a
right. Sony first.
yeah, I mean
Completely agree.
I you know,
So the Last of Us 2 trailer, I would think one of the final trailers that they're going to be putting out for this, other than I assume like a
oops.
launch trailer to like hype the game's soundtrack or whatever. But the last trailer that they showed last week is
Sorry. The Last of Us trailer.
yeah, the Last of Us 2 Part 2 trailer of the third trailer, I think. Yeah, third or fourth
Oh,
trailer.
okay. Yeah, I'm following.
Well, we got some gruesome shots of some things to expect in this game. What did you actually have a chance to check this one out, or
I
am I
didn't.
just speaking?
This is
Yeah,
this is the one that you're taking the lead on this one. This is the one I didn't get to look at. I looked at everything but this.
the a lot of the same shots that we've seen in previous trailers, but they have a little bit more VO this time, and it's just some ominous phrases from Joel and Ellie, like "Oh, I think you've gone too far this time," or whatever, something like that. But it
hmm
just kind of sets the tone for like a really dark and gritty story like the first one, and I'm so excited to see like what horrible atrocities they have waiting for us and emotional roller coasters that they're gonna just set us on. Because damn,
I mean,
the first one got me.
I don't know the story. I haven't looked up any of the spoilers.
Mm.
I haven't watched any of the trailers where people are like it showed a little more than what most people want to see in a trailer. I think you're gonna end up having to kill your girlfriend.
Man, that'd be crazy.
I think just straight up you're gonna have to like there's gonna be some sort of horror twist where either your girlfriend gets killed in front of you or you have to be the one to kill her to like save somebody or like you have to kill like Joel. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna happen though. You watch.
It'll be interesting to see, and I'm so happy that it's so close. It's just next month. It's really, literally, right now, only a month and like 2 days away. So,
What do you mean it came out? What was that 3 months ago?
oh yeah, the leaks.
Oh no no
That's
no.
not for me.
I meant the original release date.
Oh, yeah. what was that, last year? I think it was supposed to originally come out late last year.
Yeah, that
Like
was. I thought that was like February or May. No, no, no. It was like February or April 2019.
But anyway, we're getting off track. We need to get
Yes.
through these Xbox Series X games because, man, there are a lot of them, and a lot of them, if not all of them, were not gameplay like promised. What
I
did you think about them like framing this as a gameplay reveal, and they kind of just showed some CG trailers and some cut together gameplay of Assassin's Creed?
I watched it and was like, this is all real gameplay. And then I clicked on the YouTube video and I was like, this is 27 minutes. How are they going to fit a ton of, like, because I looked at the notes first and I was like, how are they going to fit all this in 27 minutes? And then I quickly realized, oh, because it's 15-second, like, gameplay clips, except 7 seconds of it is gameplay, and it's like, person walks 3 feet, the game title.
And
Like,
that's generous. That's a generous amount. Like,
yeah,
you're giving them a few seconds. I
honestly.
hardly saw any gameplay other than a select few that were strictly, I think, in-engine gameplay. Like Scarlet Nexus was there, Chorus.
Bright Memory Infinity was gameplay, right?
I believe that they wanted us to believe that that was complete gameplay, but that's got to be upres somehow and
I
just kind of a controlled environment because it doesn't really seem like a HUD, or
well,
the animation seems a little stilted, if you know what I mean. Like, just
yeah.
kind of like they were too smooth, but hey, that could be next gen magic. That could be what we're looking at.
I mean, definitely could be. I agree with that. It looked a little like, not that video games aren't already staged, but it looked a little more like too perfect, if you know what I
Right.
mean. But
It
it
looks
could
like
be,
even more perfect than like an E3 demo. You know how they
yeah,
really articulate everything in those, and they go through them so thoroughly.
yeah.
I guess not so thoroughly because they just kind of stream through it in a specific pattern, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they go through the parts that they want to talk about extremely thoroughly. Ugh.
Right.
But anyways, what did you think of Bright Memory Infinite?
Uh, I thought this one was definitely the flashiest of them all, just because it simply looked the best and the most futuristic. I think
Mhm.
a lot of that's lended to the fact that I think that some of it was just kind of CG meshed with a game engine.
Yeah. If that was
But
real gameplay, there's no way that the HUD was visible.
right, absolutely not. And if it is actual gameplay, we have a lot to look forward to because this is exactly the type of thing that can make next gen is
Mhm.
this. The lighting in this was impeccable. The particle effects that you could see coming off like the tires of the car as it screeches in are really great. It kicks up dirt, and the concept behind this game I'm not quite sure about. I don't know what they're going for here, but it's really cool how
Same.
they incorporated some like past and future aspects where this guy with this shield comes at you, but then he has red eyes, and it kind of gets you muddled on what this actually could be. It could be like something akin to like Metal Gear Solid for Xbox, but
Was real confused on what they were actually trying to accomplish, to be 100% honest with you. But
yeah, it's all really flashy, but it was, I feel like, more like a graphical showcase than a showcase for what the actual game is meant to be
mhm. I agree.
because it's just so ambiguous.
I
But
definitely agree.
the next one I think definitely holds up as it's kind of trying to tell you what the game is about, and somewhat of the story in this trailer was the Call of the Sea. It's the pastel colorful one that has this woman and she's on an island.
Mhm.
uh, I guess it's supposed to be a mystery about her lost husband or how she lost her husband, something like that. It takes
Well,
place in the 1930s.
it doesn't say her husband's dead either. It's just like,
Right.
actually, I think she says,
It's
"I hope you're
searching.
still out there" or something like that.
Yeah, maybe it's like he went on an adventure and she's trying to chase after him to find him because he hasn't come home or something.
Yeah, definitely looked interesting. Not my vein, but it looked
No, no.
very cool in its own respect.
Right. It looked really nice, and I think that as far as like graphical showcases go, it's not going to be like the powerhouse that obviously Bright Memory Infinite is, but
Hmm.
I think that it shows off a different style that could be used in the next gen with like really vast differences in color, a lot of things on screen, puzzle aspects that you couldn't necessarily do before with a lot of moving parts.
I agree. Yeah,
But
for sure. I think that's a lot of showcase to what possibly could come with just being able to have so many different things on screen and not having to kind of like drop frame rates and all that fun jazz.
the
So,
next one though is a Star Fox style spaceship shooter, but with kind of like an EA story feel, like almost like a Mass Effect feel to it, called Chorus, and it's spelled like Corvs because they use like a V, but
yeah.
I guess it's actually pronounced Chorus. But
I
what did
was
you think of this? Because I thought this one looked really interesting, really cool, and I think that I don't know. I'd like to jump into this one just to see how it feels because I loved Star Fox before, and I've loved ship battlers.
I
So
mean, I have literally thousands of hours in like ship battling games,
mhm.
because of Eve Online and then Dark Orbit as well. I would, it looked interesting, but I was mostly just confused. It's another like classic case of I thought that we were gonna get gameplay, but what it felt like we got was like the gameplay where like in between story pieces and people were talking. Like I felt like that was the gameplay we got. There was no like
Yeah,
actual gameplay.
it was like it was pretty hard cut flash
Mhm.
here and there of gameplay. I agree with you there. Um, what we did see of it though, I thought was pretty impressive as far as like engine pushing next gen graphics goes. I think that the colors and the lighting and the shading all looked pretty revolutionary, and if it runs really well, I think that that could be something to watch out for because those 60 FPS ship battling games are always better when you have a higher frame rate just to push it. I think Resogun, the game that came with the PS4 at launch, had 60 FPS out of the gate, and that that felt so futuristic to me, just coming from PS3 and all those sub 60 frames.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean that game was pretty fucking cool too. So.
Yeah, I loved that game. So if it's anything like that, we got a winner. Uh, so I'm pretty sure these are out of order. So we're sorry if anybody's like following along with the video and with us, but
Oh, we're mucking these
Scorn,
all up.
yes, Scorn was the next one on my list here, and
Mhm.
I'm just gonna go ahead and ask you what you thought of this trailer because
Which one was
as
this?
this one was
Which
so
piece in the trailer?
it's like I imagine it's a horror game. It's the really gross looking trailer
Oh, I
with
remember now. Yeah. Okay, okay. It was like, yeah. I remember which
there's like
one this
a
was.
fetus in an egg and it was like trying to crawl or something or to get out of
And
the
like
egg.
the like whatever was standing like reached out its hand and like put it into something and like
Yeah, it had like it had this little tentacle that it pierced on a sharp part of its arm, and it like spit blood in the mouth of another thing. It looked pretty awful.
I have no
In
fucking idea. You know what?
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
I think it reminds me of like some sort of weird Doom bullshit. Of
Yeah.
like,
Oh, for sure. Like
yeah,
maybe like a Doom spinoff where you play the demons.
maybe even, yeah. I'm not quite sure what I think about that one. It definitely like that was not gameplay.
No, for sure. But just the idea of that game that trailer would give you, I just I don't know where they were going or what they were trying to accomplish with it.
I don't know if they knew where they were going or
Yeah,
like what they were trying to accomplish. So,
it seemed very Hideo Kojima in a way that
mm,
is not like him because at least when his craziness comes on screen, there's like sort of context if you've paid attention to all his other stuff. But this is just like, whoa, this is out of left field.
yeah, it's just real fucking random. I'm 100% confused on it to be honest with you.
The next one we had on here was Madden 21. that's obviously Madden. There's
Madden
not too much.
21.
Yeah, not each year brings much new to the Madden series. I imagine it'll just be a prettier version of Madden with some different, hopefully different announcers, because that's the worst thing about Madden right now is the announcing. But
What?
no, I know. This is probably a revelation to you as you've played nearly limitless hours of Madden.
Dude, I think I probably can beat anybody in the world in Madden, to be honest with you. And I don't even have to try, really. You know when you're serious gaming and you sit back? Or, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
you're serious gaming and you lean forward? I don't even have to, lean
Yeah,
forward to beat people. I
right.
just lean back.
He just puts his reclining chair in full recline mode and looks down his nose at you fucking plebes trying to come at him with your Madden skills.
Literally.
So anyway, the next one is Scarlet Nexus, and now this one was by Bandai Namco, and I think was the only one that had a substantial amount of gameplay that I saw in this
Yeah.
whole thing, except maybe one of the other ones down the list. But yeah, this one definitely had the most gameplay, and as you can clearly see from the trailer, it's an anime style hack and slash with some um, pretty striking visuals. The colors really pop. Um, and all anime characters have to have is cool hair and a pretty badass sword to get me in. So
This is
I wouldn't mind
true.
trying it.
This is true. Um,
Looks almost like Devil May Cry esque
it
game.
honestly, for the type of game, I just didn't have any feel over what looked like it would be interesting at all. Like, it was really hard to kind of understand what they were going for in the game itself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They had no idea what was going on with the story, or at least we didn't. They didn't give us any indication of, you know, are these flower crabs bad, or
Yeah.
why are you killing them, or he has telekinetic powers.
Mhm.
Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, there was just nothing
Anybody have
on it.
those? Yeah, but the hack and slash looked fun, and there was a bunch of flashy anime sword fights, so that could be interesting for somebody that's into Bandai Namco games.
True. I mean, they've definitely made a lot of very interesting games. I just don't know if that's one that really gets me going. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I like my JRPGs, don't get me wrong, but that one just kind of seemed like I don't know. Like it didn't. Maybe it's because there was no game. Like I feel like with a JRPG, I need like a leveling system, and I need like an RPG take, and like there's specific elements that you want. This just
Mhm.
didn't. It didn't feel quite like it was there.
Yeah, and maybe that's just the trailer, and the game will be just fine, but we'll never know.
It's true. Well, I mean, it should be coming to PC as well, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe a Steam sale like 4.5 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, actually, that reminds me, the Steam Summer Sales date was leaked.
Oh, nice. When's that?
uh, June 25th to July 9th.
E3
That's
may be gone, but the leaks are still here.
yeah. Actually, it's been leaked so many times in a row. I think that I read that it was leaked 9 years in a row now. That Steam is leaking it on purpose.
Yeah,
They're like,
it's almost like Ubisoft with their
well,
game.
yeah, exactly. They're almost like, hey, not that I think you should have money already ready because we don't want to tell you anything about it, but if you were to have money ready, make sure you have money ready from the 25th to the 9th. I'm just saying, in case it could happen, you might want to make sure you have a couple extra bucks in your pocket just to buy a game in case you wanted it. Like that's kind of like what they're doing. But anyways, back to the actual, topics
So
here.
the next one was probably one of the more interesting ones to me, just as a CG trailer goes, because I don't think, well, there might have been a tad bit of gameplay at the very end of this one.
Yeah, there's a
Neo.
little.
So this is a horror game with some woman that can see the spirit realm. It was kind of ambiguous to whether the world is actual reality or if it's like kind of warped in some way. But
Yeah.
and also the time frame isn't really it doesn't shine through. I guess if I'm not mistaken, I think this takes place somewhere in Europe.
I
The
thought it looked
developer
like
was
Europe.
there. I didn't catch actually where the game takes place, but I know it's the hometown of the developer themselves. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked really interesting. It's hard for me to grab to a CGI trailer
Mm.
unless it's the Diablo trailer. Just cause like
You
it,
mean the Blizzard movie?
yeah, the Blizzard movie exactly. Um, the fucking trailer was like 12 minutes, but anyways,
Yeah.
it's just hard to grab to like 30 seconds of like a rough explanation of what the game's gonna be framed around, and then I feel like by the time the game comes out, you're like you don't even remember the trailer, you just remember the name, and you're like it was interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I strictly will only remember this one after it comes out and I've seen gameplay of somebody either ribbing it because it's terrible or saying, "Oh, hey, this hidden gem is really great."
Yeah, that sounds about right. If it's mediocre, I don't even know if it'll cross the table.
Yeah, probably not, but cool CG trailer
Hmm.
and cool concept. I think anything that strives for like the ghost world, I don't think that's covered enough in games, so
I
I
agree. I
think that'd be
agree.
kind of cool.
This next one, by the way,
Hmm.
um, I just want to say I'll remember this trailer because what the fuck was that?
Oh my god, yeah, it was a little strange.
It was real fucking weird.
So Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2, which is a mouthful,
It is.
is a sequel to the hit vampire RPG Masquerade Bloodlines 1. And the trailer it's something. It has some poppy jazz music over the top of just people being murdered and dudes dancing and
It's I if
well,
you go watch this trailer, but like the real basic synopsis, if you will, would just simply be like, you know what? Even better, explain it in like 3 words, and it would be like, uh, Christmas tree pop music or Christmas tree like old music murder. That would
yeah.
be like the things that stuck out to me in 3 words, just like people hanging around a Christmas tree, a dude dancing to like older 60s music, and then like all of a sudden people are getting murdered.
Yeah.
Like what?
That opening scene too with the Christmas tree and those people's eyes and mouths like all ripped apart.
Yeah.
Um, do vampires just do that? Is that like
I
I
don't
thought vampires just drank blood. I didn't know they
yeah, I thought so
routinely murder
too.
people like it's fucking Saw 7 or something.
That was definitely Saw 8 shit, to be honest with you.
I I wouldn't know. I didn't know there were 8 Saws.
I thought you knew that there were 7, so I just went one number up.
Oh,
This is awkward.
and now we look like fools. There's actually 9 Saws.
Plot twist.
But yeah, I think anybody that was interested or hyped by the first game will probably be interested in this one. I imagine that it won't change the formula up too much. Hopefully, it adds some things that are um, interesting to bring back that crowd because I did hear a little bit about Masquerade 1 and I heard somewhat good things that it wasn't quite as good as The Witcher and I couldn't
Yo,
get past that. I was like, well, if it's not as good as The Witcher, I'll just replay the fucking Witcher.
I mean, in the same token, I feel like this game, right? This game is perfect.
Hmm.
It's like in the sense of people always blame games for like crazy violence, but the people that usually play these types of games are like non-violent people, and they're like the exact polar opposite. And then I just look at these games and I'm like, that's fucking like a serial killer must play this. And then Deborah picks it up and she's like, oh my gosh, I love this game, or like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
because you can always like put your murderer in some really cute skins with like pink bears on them or something.
Yikes. The
Yeah,
vampire
man.
opens his teeth and it's like custom teeth wrapping.
When you think about it, it's the same thing in like battle royale games. Like
It's true.
I just saw they changed the key art for PUBG and the the typical welding mask that the guy's wearing has like rabbit ears or like bear ears on it, and it's painted
Yikes.
pink. I'm like, oof, they really want to beat Fortnite.
Yikes. What's the last thing you saw before you died? Rabbit ears and a pink mask, and then a shotgun blast killed me.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah, terrible.
But on to the next one. This one I think had the second most actual gameplay. Then I guess the next one will probably be the third. But Second Extinction is it's like a Left 4 Dead style survival game that takes place in a dinosaur retaken Earth,
Mm.
which sounds pretty cool to me. I like shooting dinos, or at least I think I do. I haven't played Dino Crisis in a minute, but I do remember good things about it.
It's a cool concept. It really reminded me of a game that I'm going to struggle to think of. So I'm actually just scrolling through my Steam library as I ramble to try and like create the space where I can find the game. But you know, at
He
that
hasn't
point,
found it yet.
huh?
And he hasn't found it yet.
Ah,
Still rambling.
no, I've definitely I'm not rambling. I'm
He definitely has almost found it, and will be right with you in 3, 2.
uh oh god.
The pressure's on now.
I believe it's Primal Carnage or something like that. I can't remember the name of it.
Now, that definitely sounds like a dinosaur shooter.
Yeah, it's oh no, it's Sanctum 2. I'm an idiot. Uh
Sank.
yeah, Sanctum 2 reminded me a lot of Sanctum 2. Sanctum 2 is this weird dinosaur, like it mixes like dinosaur game with like tower defense. And it's kind of like you place turrets to protect like specific things, but you have character classes, and as a whole group, you just have to kind of like go around different levels and kill dinosaurs. It reminded me a lot of that in the way that it kind of like treated its gameplay. I don't know, obviously, I don't think it'll have tower defense mechanics in it, but it seemed very close to Sanctum 2.
Yeah. I mean, you never really know with these types of games because with an example like Left 4 Dead, there is kind of like a narrative that you're following through that. So if it's just a wave based survival shooter, I wouldn't be surprised. But then again, it could be something more akin to that, where
Mhm.
is mission structure where you could have different varieties of things happen, where you could be defending something against like a horde of velociraptors, and then the next thing you'd be being chased like in Jurassic Park in a jeep from a T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly. It It looks interesting though. I will give it that like it grabbed my attention if there was like if I see more on it, it might pull me in a little.
No. Well, this next one I think is really going to get your attention because I think it was the one that reminded me of you the most, and that's The Ascent. And this is the cyberpunk twin stick shooter that kind of has a feel like Diablo. It has that like asymmetric
It's like top
visual
down.
to it, yeah. So, what did you feel on this one? Because I think this one was right up your alley.
So this is the one that caught me the most, in case you didn't figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Um I really liked the look of the game. The game looked like it would be a lot of fun. It immediately reminded me that I'm looking forward to Minecraft Dungeons. And then um like it just the gameplay looked interesting, but I didn't see any HUD. I didn't see any skills. I didn't really it was just kind of like a map, and it told you like a very basic like you'll play with friends, you'll kill alone. And that then I kind of just felt like I this once I started to get pulled into it, there was just no more. Um
Yeah.
but other than that, I it looked really interesting. It's definitely something that I'll probably be watching just because it's a top-down shooter that I don't know if it'll have like RPG mechanics though.
I hope that that's the way they go with it because it does look really interesting in the way that it's really cyberpunk, and that's definitely something that's enticing me lately because of cyberpunk coming out this year. Anything in that veins got me
Mhm.
excited. But yeah, hopefully they have a little bit of depth there, and it's not just like a surface level twin stick shooter where you can upgrade your weapons and whatever. But
Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool.
you never know. We'll find out. You know
True.
what I am surprised about? They didn't show. Oh yeah, I guess Minecraft Dungeons already came out, didn't it? Or did that get pushed?
That got pushed. I was pretty sure. I don't believe Minecraft Dungeons came out.
Look it up
Minecraft.
for me real quick. While
We're doing it right now as we speak. Actually, you can now preload Minecraft Dungeons due to launch after this month. That announcement came out 3 hours ago. So that is like top as you can get. It comes out. It says it's coming out May 26th.
May 26th. Wow. So yeah,
We're almost
I
there.
remembered that because I wanted to mention why didn't they have that as part of this?
I
This little
don't
thing
know.
here. Why wouldn't they have toted like, oh, it's coming at Xbox Series X? I feel like that's such an easy.
What? This is also going to be free.
Minecraft Dungeons is going to be free.
But yes, there will be Minecraft Dungeons Hero Edition. You'll get access to 2 upcoming DLCs for free. I don't know if it's referring to the game as well or just Minecraft Dungeons. Oh no. Minecraft Dungeons Standard Edition will be $20. Minecraft Dungeons Hero Edition will be $29.99. The Hero Edition contains a hero pass that includes a hero cape, 2 player skins, and a chicken pet. Just saying.
Wow. You know that almost makes me want to play that. Just the chicken pat.
I thought the chicken pet was what we were playing it for, to be honest. Were we not? I thought that's what we talked about.
You're right. I'm just bullshitting. So the next one on the list is Yakuza Like a Dragon. So this one
Yes.
is a localization from a Yakuza game that came out in Japan, but it's, I guess, intriguing to see Xbox, who's normally a little bit out of the Japanese market. It's not like the best-selling console over there by any means.
Yeah, for sure.
In a franchise like Yakuza, who's been connotated with Sony for so long. I think it's interesting to have not only that, but the Bandai Namco game, Scarlet Nexus, those types of Japanese style games come over to the Xbox and show that maybe they're ready to have their Japanese wheels back. But they had a few exclusive JRPGs back in the day, but
yeah, I remember that.
Not a ton since then. I can't.
They had. Oh gosh, dang it! It was like a Final Fantasy, except you just killed hordes and hordes of enemies.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it for the life of me. Oh, I grew up playing it too. It was on the original Xbox. But anyways, they had a couple actually really cool games back in the day.
So this trailer was actually kind of cool, flashy, but I guess this Yakuza title, from what I understand, is it took more of like a turn-based combat focus
Mm-hmm.
than other Yakuza games, where Yakuza is simply just like
Beat the shit out of everybody.
cinematic cutscenes that lead into just arena fights, pretty much, where you're fighting multiple enemies and you can use whatever's at your disposal to whoop their ass.
Mm. This one looked like it had a cool story though. Like,
yeah, it's definitely one of the more intriguing trailers that I've seen from the Yakuza series. Just to put it bluntly, like all the flashy shit he was doing, like pulling a glowing bat out of the ground. I'm like, all right, I could get into this. What's going on here?
That's new, but I like it.
Didn't know these were about anything other than like a crime family, but
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. It looked really cool though.
Yeah, for sure. One I'll definitely be checking out. Whether I think it's coming to everything, but I'll definitely be checking out once it's closer.
Yeah, for sure. But
and we might have some dog barking here for the next few seconds.
There
as
was.
We talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is our last trailer of this whole thing before they go into a bunch of interviews about each game. And you know what one I did miss actually was Dirt 5.
I was wondering if you were gonna put that on there. Dirt 5 was it looked cool, but damn it, there was no gameplay. Like there was just this cinematic gameplay of like screenshots of them going around corners.
Right.
It was rough.
Yeah, and you know it's never as impressive as Forza in the graphical department. Just you
Yeah.
know, plain and simple. So I feel like a Forza game would have fit way better there. But I guess you have to think of it strictly as it's just a triple A um, third party game announcement cycle, and they did say during this that they were going to have a big blowout in July of
Mhm.
all of their first party Xbox exclusives, and probably pretty much everything else that the Xbox Series X is going to be for the coming months, price, release date, everything. So
Yeah.
look forward to July for that. But the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer, I thought it was a better trailer than they had showed. The I think it was the 2 or 3 days before, or maybe it was even the day before this event. But I thought it was a better trailer. It didn't really show too much gameplay. There was like flashes of things that you might be able to do, like animations and whatnot, but
Mhm.
not much else other than saying, "Oh, there's going to be raids and you're going to use your long ship for a lot of transportation." Uh, Other than that, it really didn't give you a better feel for the game than the last trailer did. So
For sure. I don't know. I watched the last trailer and I watched the majority of that one and just kind of didn't really feel like it grabbed me any more than the other one did.
yeah, easy
But
to say that I think that game's going to be good. So I'm not really going to be watching much coverage on it until it actually comes out, or at least until the actual gameplay starts feeding like their E3
mhm.
playthrough that they're probably going to post in the next couple of months.
Yeah, I like the actual gameplay. When you start giving me cinematics, I'm just like, "Well, that was a cool movie, but what am I actually going to encounter?" Like,
Right. And there are some games that you can kind of expect, like The Last of Us, where we talk about that trailer just because all of that is so in engine and what that game's going to look like because it's so close to being out.
yeah.
And I think that it's just those type of hype trailers are better than say a game that's basically just a cinematic at this point.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that.
Yeah. But anyway, that's everything we have for you this week. That was the Xbox showcase, the Last of Us 2 trailer. We got the breaking news of Vicarious Visions taking out the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remakes out of the vault. I think it's a good show.
I think so, man. I think that if there are any current listeners, that they should definitely subscribe to all of our content, and I think that they definitely should go like our YouTube video and like us on Facebook. What do you think?
Yeah, and I also think that they should follow us on Instagram, like anything that we post there, because we're gonna get more frequent
It's
as
true.
soon as we get out of this damn quarantine. Um,
Yes, yes. This,
Also, we have a meme page out there, and it's come to my attention that Dina's art page is beating us.
it's true.
So we must take her out.
We must
And the
take her.
only way we can take her out is with our meme page. So go over there and follow that. But obviously, follow the rest of our stuff. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.